Everyone, yep, so good afternoon all to the GESC Southeast Asia qualifiers.
10 seconds
right here
remaining.
for one of those lovely qualifying points, you guys want to go to Jakarta, I believe, tournaments in Jakarta, where we should be seeing some very, very good games today, considering we have, first up, Mineski versus Execration, and after this, according to the schedule, we also have Fnatic versus GeekFam. So for those of you viewers, those of you Dota fans of the Southeast Asian region, if you haven't watched Universe debut yet with Fnatic, today is a good day for it here on the Beyond the Summit 2 stream. My name is Hades, all the way from Singapore. I will be your caster for all these games for the next couple of days, bringing you some of the best coverage here for the Southeast Asian region to see who will qualify for GESC. So here we are, Execration. For those of you who also haven't been following the scene too much, for this Filipino team, which has made it to TI two years in a row, I believe. We're a bit of a roster shuffle as well. You see our Natics no longer playing with them. In fact, he's now playing with Team Admiral. But Execration with a very huge roster shuffle where James is now playing for IAP. Execration's Team B as well. So you can tell Raging Potato and Lumic, these guys, they felt like something big needed to be done, and this is it. In this new chapter of the team, you have Nando, Carl, and Yash. Yash coming from Happy Feet, I believe. Mineski, no roster changes, but these guys still the strong giants as they have been for the past few qualifiers. But here we are into this draft with the Execration sticking with their. I wouldn't say like they have changed their game plan much. But it felt like this time, at least when you talk about the previous Execration roster, you would see Bimbo in the offlane. I believe he's playing support in here, with Yash playing in... Yeah, I think it should be Yash playing in the offlane, and Carl playing mid, Nando. Or is it Nando in the offlane now? We'll have to see. But otherwise, the Vengeful Spirit carry comes out. Strong right click, strong magic damage as well. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that Shadow Fiend build. Yeah, that Shadow Fiend build can be quite annoying. So, alright, so for the Shadow Fiend build as well, I feel like it's basically like a player preference kind of thing. You want to be on the same page. Like you see that Kaya, Octarine Core, Shadow Fiend is starting to become more popular, especially in your pubs. Venge, always a great carry. You can't really say no to that hero. Alright, so... Let's see. Let me increase the volume a bit. Yeah, I think it should be a bit better now. But otherwise, yep. So for those of you who didn't hear me earlier on, or for those of you starting to tune in here, good afternoon to you all for the GESC Indonesia Southeast Asia qualifiers. And Execration versus Mineski in this best of 3. Basically, we're going to see two teams, and we will find out who will be, who will be making it to the winners bracket. So just two best of 3s here today, but both going to be great games. In fact, I was quite surprised, that we're going to see GeekFam play in this qualifier as well. But goddamn, we're going to see a Terrorblade, Rubik, and Clockwork come out for Mineski. I'm kind of feeling it could be the Ice. Tiny most likely will be that, and Mushi taking up the Terrorblade. Very likely.
10 seconds remaining.
We probably see like a Queen of Pain on the Marana pick coming out here for Nana.
5 seconds.
But Execration, I have to admit, they have very strong snowball potential. The same can be said for Mineski. It's all about who takes those towers quickly. And Venge and Jakiro is a very strong dual lane in its own entity. And not to mention, with Mineski, they take towers super quick as well. Terrorblade, it's just TB things. And Jabs never fails to impress on that Clockwork. But judging from the way they've been banning so far, I take out all these off-laning heroes. Well, not so much the Doom. I've seen Bimbo playing on the Doom. At least with a couple of Execration games which I have managed to catch. No, let's not get too carried away with the flames on Envy. Yeah, teams they make the changes for the greater good. All right, so Tinker banned, no surprise. I feel like Mineski just lacks that one hero who can kind of stand the front lines. Could also be a Tiny mid, but I haven't really seen Nana play on the Tiny for now. His hero pool usually involves a hero which is very mobile, Johnson, John's out kind of thing. Wink wink, that's why Puck is taken out.
5 seconds remaining.
Generally, even among the tier 2 teams and scrims, you usually, or even tournaments like these qualifiers here and there, you usually tend to see a ton of Bounty Hunter and Tinker. That's the new cancer of the patch, right? Like, Give it a couple of weeks, Ice Frog's gonna nerf Tinker to the ground, and hopefully we get the good old... I know some of you, in Joker people out there, can't wait to spam that hero back in your pubs again. Never really see that hero anymore. But LC ban, something a bit greedy. I'm not so sure about the LC pick as well, but I guess it is one of those offlaners which kind of still remain in the pool. We still have Dark Seer available as well. Could see the Enchantress. But Mineski actually going back with the Brewmaster, so we will see a tiny mid. Could also be a Terrorblade mid with Tiny going to the safe lane. Depends how they want to go, but with Ice on the Brewmaster, this is going to be a bit tricky. But I have to say the team fight potential coming up from Mineski is just very disgusting at this point. Jakiro and Venge, maybe with a couple of levels, it makes it a bit harder to try and kill this. Kill this Brewmaster, especially Drunken Brawler. But so far, let's see. Negative armor strat. I have to say though, the Execration have much simpler time taking Roche. Sustain, not so sure, but they do have pretty decent like tanky supports if you look at it. Like Jakiro and Nyx Assassin, you just want to be in front, soaking up the damage, let the Venge just stay at the back, get as much output as you can. Pretty decent for forcing fights. I mean, it's not like Venge can't really kill the Brewmaster. You just want to make sure you kill that Brew before he gets too many levels up, especially Primal Split. But yeah, okay, so I take that back. It will be Yash in the off lane, Nando playing the safe lane. Interesting to see how Nando, he's come back to the Execration roster. I do believe he was playing for Team B for a while. So a bit of a swap around. Bimbo maybe wanted some players with a bit more experience. Wow. Okay, yeah, Mushi's Terrorblade is stacked. What the heck? Wasn't that ultra rare set from like a couple of chests ago? Holy shit. Yeah, this is like some Tokyo Ghoul stuff coming out here.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, I'm not so sure how I feel about Carl playing the mid. I haven't really seen too many of his games. I felt like James was a good fit. I mean, if you guys were following the TI7C qualifiers, James had probably a ton of really amazing games. He's a very aggressive player. It's like they say, you don't really want to cage the beast, right? You want to unleash the beast. And maybe in this team, when you're forced to play with more restraint, it's a bit harder. So, yep. Alright. So... yeah, Potato playing the Nyx. Yeah, he looks like he'll be playing on the 4. Alright, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 here to begin of the GESC coverage. You're on the Beyond the Summit 2 channel.
Prepare for
Should be pretty fun, Also kind of feels like, at least in this game, both the drafts they have an edge going into the mid game, for sure. It's all about taking the quick early towers, like I said. Alright, so bit of a smoke gang coming out here from Mineski. We're gonna see them kind of rotate around, shuffle around to the top lane, and they will find themselves a very tasty Potato who has walked himself into 4 heroes. Yeah, it's a trap, and down he goes. First blood going the way to Nana. Will be the tiny mid. Has the pull tangos with stout shield as well. Easy kill, easy life.
30 seconds to battle.
Alright, so 1-0, 1-0. Not exactly the start you want to have, but at least you're not giving any kills away to heroes like an SF, for example. But they will get a bit of damage out here into Ice. They're trying to burn out some of his region.
The battle begins.
Alright, Yash. Underlord's tanky, but not that tanky. Raging Potato they're gonna try. Oh, very close. Down to 97 HP. Popping the salve already. That's a big win in its own. Don't you just appreciate it when you have your support blocking the first mid wave for you? Right. So Ice coming back right here, just trading heads with Lumik, using out that thunderclap, laying down the just putting the tangles down the floor as well just to play with him. Ultimate taunt. But top lane Mushi with the metamorphosis down for over 100 seconds. You know, Boogie's gonna have a bit of a uphill task, trying to zone out Raging Potato on the Nyx and the Underlord as well. I mean, jabs will come in, provide a bit of assistance, but with that super high base HP region, it's very hard. I mean, Judge isn't too concerned about being cogged out, right? He just hits the cogs, gets some extra gold. This mid matchup as well, you know, it's a pretty classic matchup which we used to see. And tree grab basically means you're like a Kunkka in a sense, right? Like, pretty short cooldown. Tidebringer and stuff with a tree. But it's not really much which can be said for now, you know, because like I said, Carl as SF, you just want to make sure you get the levels. And even if Nana does kind of win this lane, Carl can just go back to the jungle. It's just SF things. It's very hard to stop an SF's farm unless you take the early towers. Pota, trapping him in that fire zone. It looks like Jabs, yeah, he's done. He just wants to hang around to the middle lane. It's gonna be a very hard gank though, the way Carl is playing. Look at his positioning. Yeah, most probably gonna be waiting for those runes. They see Raging Potato as well. Just want to make sure that he doesn't get those runes. But very annoying creep pull as well to the off lane. Messes up the creep equilibrium as well. The race for the rune. Ah. Gets one spank, but that's all he gets. Just one. Interesting though that the Tiny chose to go for the level 2 Avalanche instead. Well, I guess without the mana upkeep, you can't really spam any spells like Toss for example. But over the top lane, they're going to try get the hit here onto Yash, not enough damage. Very calm and composed. So he does dodge, you know, giving away a very crucial kill in this top lane. Let's talk about the offlane. You haven't, you know, looked too much at this. Ice. Kind of struggling to find anything, but alright. Potato. Very casual courier snipe, gets the TP out as well, but going straight to the middle lane. Ooh, Ice. He will also get a courier snipe. Courier's falling left, right, and center. All these donkeys, no one likes them. This is what happens when you don't use custom couriers. Carl, who could think about this? Oh, never mind. The razors were on cooldown. You don't actually see SFs going for bottle as much as you used to. Oh, it even cancelled the salve on Nana. That's very big. Top lane. Battery assault. Can he catch him? Dropping him at the cogs. They have the metamorphosis. But will it be enough damage? Pushing him into the cogs as well. Yash going for Firestorm trade. And it looks like it will be enough with the Mushi getting the last click as well. What? Oh no. What? Why lol? Why lol? Maybe he's secretly watching Twitch chat. He's trying to bait it. He's trying to bait you guys. This is what's happening here. He's baiting you guys. Alright. So still haven't picked up his boots, but he has to be careful. Oh, bringing him closer. Didn't have a rain drop. Well, then again, it is only level 1 toss. I think I've seen like too many different ways you can skill a Tiny. Like I remember for a period of time in NA, you know, you would max out tree grab if you want to be really greedy, or max out your avalanche, and of course in C, you just usually want to max out like the toss. Extra harassment damage, stronger laning presence as well. But 2-0, very quiet between Execration and Mineski. Mineski still having a tiny edge. The Firestorm Yash just trying to steal all that farm. Get the toss back. Battery assault. Do they have the cogs? I think they do. They might be able to, but he's really tanky. Doesn't seem like they want to bring the Terrorblade as well. And Ice is getting sandwiched between 3 Execration heroes. Yeah. No, there's a perfect reasoning to why Ice taunts. Oops, meanwhile missing a kill. Yash dying again. Yeah, and as I was saying, you know, in C, you don't win from outscaling your opponent, only that. Like, you just want to tilt your opponent, and that's what Ice is doing. To get the magic missile stuns up with the dual breath, get the carry press as well. Ice has the south, will end up going down. They bring in the supports, Jabs and Boogie. Boogie running at the trees, Raging Potato, Nano both chasing him down. They have the magic missile. This is a level 3 missile. Boogie getting stunned up. Potato, one more stun. Will it be enough damage? Yes, it will. Raging Potato getting one kill. Tower to hits coming in. Lumic running to the trees. He will be the sole casualty, I believe, on the side of Execration. The best way to win in C is to just tilt your opponents. Ice. Can't really do that yet at level 3. But hello, here comes Nana! And down goes Lumic. Couple of stuns coming out and half his HP gone already. Will be forced to pop that salve up. We'll be happy he gets his level 4. No bottle on the side of Nana, just going for his range drop into clarity. Doesn't seem like bottle is that big of a thing now. Like I said, SF, you know, going into the drums build, which we tend to see a lot more in the pubs. Helps to scale better into the mid game. I guess that's where you can go into the yields and the Blick Dagger as well. Top lane, Yash wants to cut the creep wave, will succeed. That's gonna be his level 5. Gonna be a bit harder to kill him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Wish he's actually taken straight to the jungle. Bottom lane, ice. Cry, sad face. So he's having a tough time, 0 and 2 with only 7 CS. Middle lane, Nana and Jabs coming in. Do they have enough damage? Might even get the return with the raise, but no. Nana getting that kill very quickly before Jabs gone down there. Even has an urn already at 7 minutes in, if you want to be exact. And we'll be going back to the shrine. You do have the Brewmaster coming up at level 6 very soon, but the tier 1 tower is about to fall. Not that good. You can try the Drunken Haze, but you know, I would have to say Filipinos are very good at holding the alcohol, so not too concerned about that. And now using the scan, there's smoke as well. They want to find Nando, could be a pretty big kill, but they're very split up. They will get the toss out. Jabs, oh, the swap, Nando, he's going for the TP out. Oh, if he had survived that, that would be amazing. I love this courier. You can only get that in China, I think. But 6-3, and despite having more kills, because of that tier 1 tower, you will see that Execration are getting further ahead. Hard game. So Ice, he will have the middle lane, just for some EXP. Racing of Nyx Assassin for level 6. One stun coming up. Baiting at the carapace, just taunting him. He wants to. This is where you have. I feel like you have two of the strongest solo laners in Southeast Asia between Ice and Bimbo. They're popping the Metamorph. They want to try and get some damage out into this tier 1 tower at least. Together, Nana and Jabs looking a little bit lost, but they might find that one target, which me. Bimbo. I'm pretty sure they've seen him. And Nando alone. He has seen the clockwork. They're pinging it out. Sandwiched up. Doesn't have level 6 yet. He's close. He's very close. And the top lane will. Boogie, he's going to feel the pressure, and together with Yaj and Lumic, they will just back out of that lane. He has somehow managed to just slide his way in between 3 heroes on the side of Mineski and survive. And that's a big win right there in its own. Either that or the Dota gods are laughing and smiling on him.
Radiant are scanning.
So using a scan, I just want to make sure that there are no heroes there. Banana, he's just holding his big tree, walking around, still at that level 3 Avalanche. Meanwhile, the top lane Execration find themselves another tier 1 tower. Could be a big concern considering the fact that you have the Terrorblade. You're kind of expecting the top tier 1 to... Ideally, you would have wanted that to go down as well. But Execration, with their draft, they're happy with the way the state this game is going. What's his next item? Does he go for drums? Mask of Madness coming out from the Terrorblade. Let's see, let's look at the Execration side. Jakira's kind of poor. Underlord, you have a mech on the way. Nyx Assassin still wants level 6 before he can actually do anything.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, it's the Capcom Okami courier. Alright, thanks. Alright, so Nando... I don't know, I feel like this isn't that usual right-click build, you know, the way most, like, for example, the way Mushi would do, he max out Vengeance Aura. But this is plenty of emphasis on how much they want to kill. So you do see a tiny bit of culture difference, like, between two different types of players who both play the bench hard carry. Carl. So should be able to get some pretty decent damage out here onto this tower. But I don't think they'll be letting it go for free. Jabs already has level 6 as well. Should be thinking about smoking up. They have Metamorphosis, your Primal Split's available. Looks like it could be Tranquils? I don't think it's Vlad's. Going for the greedy build as well into the Midas. You do want to get to that level 25 talent where it's super annoying. Yeah, the minus 65 seconds Primal Split cooldown. And if someone is skilled in microing, like Ice, that's a very annoying thing to ever give to him. Hurricane Pike. So Carl not going for that magic SF. No Aghanims, no Octarine Core this game, guys, I'm afraid. It's gonna be the Hurricane Pike coming out. But like I said, the smoke play between Jabs and Ninja Boogie might end up finding Yash, but they don't have enough damage between these two heroes. Yeah, they don't want to dive in tier 1 for this. They will put their eyes towards the middle lane, perhaps. Jabs on the wrong side. Hookshot coming in. They have him inside the cogs with the battery assault. Mushi's coming in. So is Nana. One avalanche. Do they have a toss? Fly into the air from you, baby. And Nana will be on a dominating streak. And in the middle lane, they will put more emphasis on taking this tier 1 tower. Mushi tries to stall the push. Should be an easy tier 1 tower and Execration. Despite losing in the kill score, they will maintain that net worth advantage. Purely with the, the advantage in objectives. 12 minutes and feeling pretty comfortable. Nando, haven't really seen too much from him. It's been a very quiet game. 4 staff on the way. But oh, Potato. He's found Jabs. Someone's been to Pattaya too much. Very obsessed with Jabs this whole game he has. He's just following Jabs. Getting all that info. And they do have one surprise coming out. They get the stun up with the raises. Hello, sir. Down he goes. Lift up. But they find Potato using the Carapace, but no damage. Here comes Nana. Surprise! And down he goes. Alright, Boogie getting one of the quick Fade Ball snipe. With the Pit of Malice. Nah, they don't want to walk into that. So, just backing off. One for one. Both the pause 4s dying. It's just so dark. And there's no vision from the Mineski side. Execration and controlling the map so well. Even going for a smoke play. You want to try and make something happen here together with Nando. Walking up, let's see, where are they gonna go? Oh, I think they see Ice. Shutting him down. Oh, the swap, looking for the swap. The wave comes out. Yep, there we go. They have the stuns, the 4-star forward. The Pit of Malice, they will catch the Brewmaster, and down goes Ice again. It's just the ROTK influence. Then again, ROTK in 2018. Oh, juking the hook shot, and without hook, but they have a sentry to toss. Raging Potato should be dead. Down he goes once more to Nana. Pretty fat Tiny. Catching up on farm as well. And Mushi not too far behind the SF considering how they already lost their tier 1 towers. Carl, Requiem of Souls, unleashes the Max Spicy and down goes Mushi. And chasing up the Ninja Boogie, they have the raises and he will fall as well. 2-for-1 trade. They're terribly in your Rubik, dying for, well, basically only a Nyx Assassin. Not much of value was lost. And without the hook shot, Carl is happily taunting away. Battle of the taunts. And SSI is because he went for the Midas. But hold on with the stun and the avalanche. Fly into the air from me, baby. And Raging Potato comes in, mana burn into Nana. But, Carl doesn't have to worry so much about that. Tanky hero with the strength, treads, dragon lance, and the drums. So there is, huge benefits to just going for this build, this item build, instead of the usual magic build. That's because otherwise he would just die to the nuking damage, straight up one-hit combo from the Tiny. Alright, so still trying to farm up that Midas. Nice. This is just all about the comeback Midas. They know that they're far behind in terms of map control, but not too far behind. They're still getting a couple of kills. They still can fight. Raging Puta. Oh, that's a big stack going the way of Nando. Going straight for Hurricane Pike. No Mask of Madness this game. If you went for the Mask of Madness, very likely he could actually just get comboed up by the Tiny. But they will go for a smoke play. Raging Potato, he's very close by. He hasn't broken the smoke. They might find that one target. Flare comes in. Smoke breaks. They found Carl. Carl! Not like this, Carl! And he's dead. Alright. Easy kill here. They even give the kill away to Ninja Boogie. Halfway to a Blink Dagger. Raging Potato, he's going to be kicking himself in the nuts. Moved a bit too much to the right. Otherwise, he could have broken the smoke. It's okay if he dies as long as the core survives. And if they're minimal deaths from the asset, but here comes the hookshot jabs. He's found two. Buy one, get one free. Ninja Boogie coming in with Fate Ball as well. And looks like jabs will end up going down first. Lumi getting the kill with the Macro Pyre. Popping the Primal Split. Want to try and slay this dragon. Ice Path comes out. Only freezing up the illusions. Two heroes caught. But can they kill Ice? That's the question. Nando. They still have the Magic Missile. Primal Split's about to expire. Can they kill the Earth Panda? I think they can. One more hit. Never mind. Ice just at the back. The Raging Potato, he has the stun. Oh no, it's too short. That's what she said. So he will Vendetta up. SF for your clockwork. Meanwhile, Nana is happily pushing out the bottom lane. 2300 gold. What does he want to go for this game? Manta style. Potato. Now he wants to stalk Nana. Alright. Anyways, Boogie up to 1360 gold. You have a Midas now, complete onto Ice. This is where they need to create space for him. He's the real carry this game, Kappa. Tiny will actually be going for a Shadow Blade. So all the more that the SF build, very important in this game that he went for the drums and the Dragon Lance first. Shadow Blade combo together with Tiny's super strong right clicks. Woohoo! Supports will die even if you're a Jakiro or a Nyx. Now this game will just enter a bit of downtime. He's tried. Raises, okay. It's all about asserting dominance in the game. Oh, Carapace. Reflected damage back to Boogie. Oh, he did steal Impale. So, with the Blink Dagger coming up soon, looking forward to some big plays out here from Mr. Boogie. He's thinking about it. This could be the shiny debut of that Shadow Blade. Nah, doesn't seem like it. He was looking out for sentries. I mean, they do have one over there. He's just right outside of the range. But he blinks back into the trees. The smoke coming out. He might actually be the one breaking the smoke. Hook shots off the mark. They found Raging Puta. And down he goes. Hold on, the Carapace stunning them up. Do they want to try and save him? Looks like they won't. They will give him away. But it does make you wonder if you're inside of Mineski, where have the rest of Execration gone? Nando. I think they spotted him out. The Rocket Flare just barely flew past. Nana, Ice Path, finding that Tiny. The swap comes in. Everyone's all in a mess. It will still split up. Lume goes down to Nana. You know, Primal Split's gonna be plopped. Nando, it's a trap. Here comes the classic C-throw. Nando running at the trees. He will go for the TP up, but the counter swap stolen by Boogie. And down goes Nando. Two heroes down. They take a tier 1 tower as well. The map is open. Mineski have found themselves a big opening as this game. You can see that gold swing coming down. Two heroes, a smoke wasted, and a tier 1 tower going to Mineski. And they will try to invade the jungle. Alright, so 13 to 8. Moshi might be in a bit of trouble. Here comes the underlord of the Uber. Who else is he bringing into the party? He's brought the SF. Raging Potato needs to get a stun, but... false hypecast. There's not a kill happening here this game right now. Stun? Mushi with the sidestep. You know, he plays badminton, so this guy, Mushi, quick on his feet. Okay. Double bounties for Potato. He's going for the 4-staff build this game. And Carl will be going to a Sanj and Yasha. I know all you Redditors in the chat feeling very, very turned on when you see this potential item of Sanj and Kaya. Alright, so Carl, he doesn't know that he's alone in his own jungle. They have a very nice deep ward being placed here. Mineski are doing extremely well. It is a skill in its own to be able to dodge the fights. Like, it takes a certain degree of restraint and patience as well. So you're waiting for it. He has a Tomb of Knowledge. He will get that level 2 hook coming out from jabs. That's where things will get a bit longer. The smoke movement coming out. Oh dear, they found him immediately. Jabs. Nothing of value was lost. Support breaking the smoke. He tanked it for the team. They know where they are. Take care of the ward as well. Nana, he was thinking of a potential snipe. I don't think he has enough damage. But the TP's coming in. Maybe they can consider trying to fight. They know that Roshan will probably be happening here. Do Mineski want to try and contest this? They don't have a Blink Dagger. No way for Exercise to initiate. Macro Pie, they want to toast him up. Roshi's really falling very quickly. They pop the Primal Split. Ninja Boogie and Mushi, they want to try and bring someone down ASAP. Trying to kill Raging Potato. Yes, they can. Medallion will not be quick enough to try and take this Rosh up. They'll step down into the action. Oh, that was the Cyclone up. One more Ice Pack coming. He's going to pop that BKB. He's going to try and get as many hits as he can. Lumic down. Falling very low. 3 heroes dead. And Mineski say thank you for the free Aegis. And this is where the comeback begins in the net worth as they find themselves with a 2,000 gold advantage, 16-9 with 1,100 gold swing. And pushing out the middle lane, they do have the fresh metamorphosis with the Aegis as well. Manta style should be coming up soon for the Terrorblade. So easy tier 2 tower. I mean, if you're Execration, how do you want to try to come back from this? I feel like the SF needed to do just a tiny bit more. Potato. Did they have a gem? Looks like a random tree. What? Potato Patata. Where does he want to go? Alright, so he got rid of his Aquila to complete the Hurricane Pike. He needs a BKB. The right click is a bit lacking, especially when you end up going for the Wave of Terror Magic Missile build, which is why I usually keep it at level 2. I don't know, I don't feel like Nando is a VS player. I feel like he's better on those late game carries. This hero requires you to move a lot, do a lot more in the mid game. Like, that's why there's a very distinct difference. Like, when you're so used to playing these traditional carries and you play the Vengeful Spirit, it's like, you know, I throw tissues at you. But enemy, like when a support player plays a Vengeful Spirit, he makes it seem like, alright, I'm making this hero seem kinda OP or balanced, you know, very strong. Alright, so with this Aegis, and they have Metamorphosis in 35 seconds, Mineski will proceed to take themselves to tier 2 tower. Wonder what ISSI's next item will be. Vlad's Blink Dagger, level 15 already. And they take the tier 2 tower of the map, pretty much opening even more for Mineski.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ooh la la, Nando goes down. And the TP will go back to the top, getting the waves in their favor. Mushi. Yep, it will be a Yasha on the way. The TP's coming in from Carl. Might find Ninja Boogie. Stun up, it's a trap. Or maybe not. They popped the Primal Split. They won this kill. Underlord's coming in. Reinforcements on the way. Shrine will be popped. And everyone's coming back in. Hello. Cycling up into the air. They are thinking about stalling for time. Nana's not thinking about going back in though. Looks like ISSI's. He's just buying time. He's just being a pain in the ass. Earth Panda, far away. Oh, stun. Playing around with Nana. Do they have dust? No, they do not. Feels like you need a Spirit Vessel. Need some big plays.
Dire are scanning.
And now the smoke play coming out from Mushi and friends. They want to try and get into the game. They've found Carl. Yes, they have. Oh, SF throwing up Raging Boot on the edge. Jabs with the double. Lumic lays on the macro pie, but nothing else he can do. The hook shot, he's caught him in the back. And Lumic going to force step himself out of that. Pit of Malice trapping up Jabs, but he doesn't actually care. Tier 2 tower about to fall. It started out surprisingly well for Execration by Mineski. No fear, no fear. Only forward. We'll find Lumic one more time with the Metamorphosis damage flying into the air, and down he goes for a dragon. He should be very afraid of the heights. And Yash, the Underlord's effect, you usually expect him to be... The tables should be reversed when you have an Underlord on your team. This Greaves. You know, Mineski, they didn't actually care. Terrorblade out, farming that Shadow Fiend. Nando as well. Seems like an eternity ever since he last got that BKB. Alright, so let us, you know, theorycraft a bit on the potential comeback here. Maybe Ash gets a Blade Mail? Problem is they're not comfortable enough to try and nuke this Brewmaster down before he actually gets anything done. But he's found Carl, popping the Primal Split as well. Ninja Boogie's coming into the party. Stolen Pit of Malice trapping him one more time. Oh, Cyclone's up, the dragon into the air. Jakir should be dead. Carl, where are you running? He's dead. They're now fighting into the shrine. Lumic pops the shrine for himself. Yash force steps himself in. But unfortunately, the cogs blocking them off from making any further advancements. It looks like they want to try and find one target. They were looking for one straggler, hoping that they would overextend. But this is, you know, I would say this is the difference for why Mineski is doing pretty well. They're not afraid to just back off. They don't see it as necessary to take these unnecessary fights. So this tier 1 tower looks like it probably will fall. Metamorphosis up in 8 seconds. No more Aegis, however. Mushi popping the BKB. He's going to stand his ground using the reflection. And Ninja Boogie Mio just taking out Raging Potato at the sideline, who was trying to go for the flank. And then with the Metamorphosis, there should be a very easy tower going down. Goodbye tower. No SF, no Nyx Assassin for 40 seconds. No buyback. Good think about going back in. Doesn't have the BKB, so not very confident in going for the Sunder play. But now thinking about a swap. He doesn't have a swap. Hello. Very awkward fight. I guess that's also like one of the problems for Execration is that you don't really have anyone to actually initiate. You can use the swap, but not the ideal situation. You want to use that for pickoffs. Game is hard. Alright, so the BKB coming out from Carl. That probably will be the next saving grace. You do have the Chikiro trying to build his way into a solo crest. Crimson Guard. Not too sure how I feel about that, but Execration will try for a surprise smoke. If there ever was a time for them to make something happen, but the perfect scan from Mineski. They sense the danger. Nana, he's there. He's just trying to break the smoke. He successfully blinks out. Woohoo! The spider senses were tingling. He just waited up here on the high ground. They had no vision. Perfect play. And Execration's hopes may have just ended with that very last smoke. They could go back for their own counter smoke play as well. They have a gem on the clockwork. Boogie has been exceptional so far with his Rubik play. It doesn't seem like much, but... Was there a double smoke? But alright. They seem to know what's going on. Heading to the top part of the river. Jabs in the front. It looks like they're coming from behind. Mushi is gonna pop their BKB. Hold his ground and try to fight this. Rocket Flare comes out. They should know. They found Nando. Position 1 goes down here. This could be a disaster. Does he have buyback? We should have to see. Man, He disappeared faster. Very, very fast. Nice Ice Path, catching him just at the very tip. Lumic with the Thunderclap as well, coming out from my side. Down goes Jakiro. A killing spree for Jabs. And they will push out straight to the top lane, taking themselves, hopefully, one lane of barracks. So buyback out from the Vengeful Spirit. Mineski will take the calculated approach and wait for Roshan, which will be up in 1 minute and 47 seconds. Tough game, tough game. Let's see. So Sakura's game is, I don't know, feels a bit tough if you're playing right now as Execration, purely because your draft is supposed to excel the by 20 minutes. You would ideally would have liked to take more tier 2 towers, have some map control, try and starve out Mineski, because when you're playing against a Terrorblade, you don't want to challenge the TB to the late game. Loki's having a ball, stealing whatever spells he wants. He seems to have a very specific wish list at this point. Mostly from the the Pit Lord, the Underlord spells. Doesn't seem to worry so much about the Vengeful Spirit. But anyways, they will just slowly play around farming their jungle safely. Yeah, I guess you wait for the BKB. Roshan up in 30 seconds as well. There is no need to try and force the issue. But this is where the 5-man movement begins, right? Like, do they have smoke? Let's see. Yeah, they do. They have one Lumic. They could try to contest the Roshan, but if you're Mineski, you just kind of want to clear out this side of the jungle first. Both teams, they know what's going on. They know what's next on the agenda. If Execration take this Roshan by some chance and win a team fight around that Roche pit, they could have bought themselves an extremely big opening. Nando as well. No real damage items. It's mostly like just a Hurricane Pike and a BKB. But they will try. Too late. Roshan goes down. Mushi finds himself with the Aegis and Nana and the cheese. Okay, so 2049, 15,000 gold advantage. Mineski looking very well on their way to taking game 1. If Execration come back from this, I mean, it wouldn't be a surprise. And see, we've seen bigger comebacks. Plenty of anime comebacks coming around. But they will take the easier approach and take themselves their first lane of barracks. Or aiming to, at least in this top lane for the side of Mineski. Gonna get a bit trickier. Let's see, SF's items hasn't really improved as well. Still trying to farm up into an MKB, hoping to dear god that he has the space to farm up that item. Really feels like at this point as the next assassin you should be doing a bit more. Wouldn't have hurt to put Lumic as the 40s game, I feel. But hello! Ooh! Yash. Ice Path catching up the Terrorblade. They do try to chain stun him down if they can only find the raises. He has the Sunder! Gets it in time! And okay. And all for nothing. Ice Path once more coming out with the dual breath. Ninja Boogie says, I don't care. Oop, they tossed someone in. Nana. Yeah, this is GG. So, 2 quick kills. What do they do? Nana and Ice SS coming in. They want to try and get Nando. They have a nullifier. Carl, Requiem of Souls. Carlo. One more Impale coming up. They get the swap out. Do they have enough damage to try and kill him? But the hook coming in from Jabs. He's trying to save his teammates. Nando goes down to Mushi. This Terrorblade is just way too fat. At 34 minutes in, he's just taking buildings. Alright. So game 1 goal has, very, I wouldn't say easily taken up from Mineski, but that very crucial point. Gone the way quite decisively. Execration will need to think about amending their game plan. Was a hard game. Like if you're Execration, especially with this roster as well. Kind of hard call. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that was only game 1 here of Mineski versus Execration. We will be back for game 2 shortly. I'm Hades. If you enjoyed the cast, any feedback from me, do let me know. Give a little bit of a follow here on social media on Facebook and Twitter. I'll see you guys for game 2 shortly. Don't go anywhere.